Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. So listen, I'm like a lot of people. I want to have great skin as I get older, and as a sun lover, I know that I have to treat my skin right so I can look my best no matter what era I'm in.
Absolutely. Well, Mel, you're in luck because here with us is skincare tips for aging skin is dermatologist Dr. Renée A. Beach. Welcome back to the show. Good to have you here. Now, as Melissa said, we all want to have great skin. So tell us what is our skin even, like what causes our skin to age in the first place?
So there's biological aging and there's chronological aging. And really what happens is there's the biology and there's the environment. So biology are things that sometimes we can't control. You know, time marches on, but with our environment, things, for example, like smoking or pollution, they can really contribute to our skin. And it's really in this burgeoning field known as epigenetics.
Okay, so we all know about fine lines and wrinkles, but what are some of the other signs of aging skin that people want to address?
I think one is clarity. So for example, brown spots, red spots, people want to have clear skin. Another one that people come to me for is texture. They want smooth skin, smooth texture, whether it's from, you know, decrease of fine lines or wrinkles or acne scars. And then one that's a little bit harder to quantify is actually skin thickness. So when skin's losing volume, it tends to look more concave or shadowed. And those, I'd say, are the top things that people are looking to improve.
Okay, going back to the environmental stuff, or I guess maybe just our lifestyle, what are things that we're doing that might actually be accelerating our skin's aging?
Well, you know, certainly not adhering to a skincare routine. So, you know, we're not having a routine period, or the fact that we know that a lot of skincare takes about 3 months to take some effect. Okay. And so not being patient enough to let that pan out before we're jumping to another item. And then item hopping. So, you know, your friend has something or your neighbor has something and they swear it's the best thing. So you decide that it's what you're going to use, even though it mightn't be optimal for your skin type or your skin allowances or tolerability.
Listen, I'm guilty of everything you just mentioned. I don't have the patience for the 3 months and anything. I'm like, that's good, what you using? Okay, I'm gonna go to the, go buy it. So I was like, okay, don't do that, all right. So what are the top 5 things that you recommend everyone should do if they want to improve their skin?
Yeah, so cleansing daily, I think we all would, you know, endorse that. Making sure, you know, dirt, debris, oils are flushed down the sink. And then making sure we protect our skin. So sunscreen is something that we use year round, rain or shine. And then making that leap in a skincare regimen to have a product or have an ingredient that's going to bolster your skin structure, so improve elastin, bolster collagen. And then making sure, like we said, adherence to a plan. And then I'd say finally, making sure that we're trying to eliminate known triggers. So if we know that smoking makes us wrinkle, try not to smoke. If we know that a vice like alcohol, for example, try to minimize that.
You mentioned earlier the difference between biological skin aging and chronological skin aging, which is the functional age of our body cells and the tissue. Why is knowing this even helpful?
Yeah, so it's newer, but you know, I think we can all look at somebody on the street and we could say, okay, well, chronologically they look, you know, 45, give or take a couple years. But what's new and really more sophisticated is Beiersdorf and their scientists, experts in skincare, have really developed this age clock technology. And it's an AI-specific algorithm that's now allowed people to determine their biological age, so their true skin age. And for me as a dermatologist, if I see somebody's biological age of their skin is older than their chronological age, I'm thinking, okay, well, where in the puzzle do we improve things? Do we need to focus on wrinkles? Do we need to focus on spots? Where can we make those line up more completely?
I want to know what my skin age is. That's fascinating. Because using epigenetics research and AI technology, as you just mentioned, Eucerin has discovered an ingredient called epicillin. Is that how you say it? Epicillin. And that, they say, can help visibly target 10 signs of aging. So what's that all about?
So epicillin is the baby of after 15 years and 50,000 products tested. And this ingredient has been found to decrease fine lines, decrease wrinkles. And I think what's really interesting as a dermatologist is before we relied on things like retinoid and vitamin A. And while those are still excellent, this allows us to treat more people because the problem with those other ingredients is that they can be notoriously irritating for the skin. Whereas this is a product where clinically they've seen that it's shown decreased wrinkles after as little as 4 weeks of use. Firmer appearing skin, so improvement across skin types where before it might not have been as tolerable for other skin types.
Okay, that's really interesting. Listen, a lot of products are promising, more youthful skin appearance. So what is unique about Eucerin's Hyaluron Filler Epicelline?
I think what's unique is the amount of research and data.
Yeah.
So, 15 years of looking and 50,000 ingredients being vetted, that to me is what's unique about this particular regimen.
Okay, and how can people incorporate it in their daily skin routine, and does it work on all skin types?
Yeah, for optimal results, you want to use it twice a day. So, for example, in the morning, it would go on before sunscreen.
So this is a serum. Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
It'd be pumped on before your sunscreen, and then in the evening, it would be before your moisturizer. And in terms of your question for skin types, you can be dry, you can be combination, you can be oily. This is a formulation that's going to incorporate to your skin.
Okay, good stuff.
We were talking about environmental factors and accelerating aging, and I know because I'm a sun lover, I know that being out in the sun is accelerating my skin's aging, my biological age, and I'm trying to line up the biology and the chronology.
But it's hard to sit on that sun.
I know, but you've actually got a great product here. It's a sunscreen. So why is something like Eucerin's Age Defense SPF 50 face sunscreen lotion? Where does that factor into being in our best skin no matter what era?
Yeah, so there's 3 things. So it has filters that are going to block UVA and UVB. We know that UVA is what ages us, creates spots. We know that UVB is what thins the skin and can create sun damage that leads to skin cancer. Number 2, the SPF 50. We know that is going to provide more of a benefit or more of a protection against the skin. And then finally, it has 5 antioxidants. So as dermatologists, we love that because now our sunscreen is also becoming skincare. So these 5 antioxidants help to protect against pollutants and hazards that we can't even see.
Wow.
Yeah.
Listen, Dr. Beach, it's always great when you stop by. So much great information about our skin. Thank you so much. And I've got some great news, audience. Thanks to our friends at Eucerin, you're all going home with a bottle of your very own Hyaluron Filler Serum. Didn't even hear what I said. They're just happy they got some. We'll be right back. Stay right where you are.
Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.